Hello and thanks for joining me for episode 6 of Tangential Track Reviews here for Mason's Music Library. In this week's episode, we've got 2 words for you. Kanye West. Today I'm super excited to be discussing one of my favourite artists of all time, Kanye West, and one of the biggest hidden gems in his library. 2 words featuring the profound talents of Mos Def and Freeside from his 2004 debut album, College Dropout. Now this is such a fast-paced song that has a real raw tonality to it that totally harkens back to the old school East Coast vibe, showing Kanye's understanding of the roots of hip-hop and his unbelievable ability to put together a track that fuses so seamlessly the old with the new. A method of musical expression that Kanye has always returned to. Now before we get to this review, I want to encourage you guys to check out the excellent music video put together for this song. It's just so super stylized and it's awesome to see this underdog side of Kanye, a Kanye that has come such a long way to this present day. Now this track opens up with a fiery little intro section by Mr. West, starting with the lyrics, "We in the streets player, get your mail." Mail in this context is referring to money, a slang term originally taken from that Jay-Z track Dead Presidents. Now this bar helps to contribute massively to the vibe on this song, as it communicates a real underdog, up-and-coming kind of feel that parallels what was going on with Kanye's career at the time of this song, having just been reluctantly signed to Rockefeller Records and setting up to release the album that would define his career and set him on a fast track to respect and recognition. The intro sequence then carries over to a super focused half hook section that solidifies the fast paced and frantic nature of this song, and it helps to sufficiently saturate this song with the style that primes the listener for that knockout verse by the legendary MC Mos Def, who sets up the stressed syllable rhyming structure that comprises the flow of each MC's verse on this track, with 2 words representing 1 beat in each bar. Now this is such an interesting approach to this song and is most likely the inspiration for the track's title. Mos Def kicks off this verse with the bar, 2 words, United States, no love, no breaks, implying that he resents America and he feels that he's unable to escape it. This is the theme that primarily Mos Def explores on this verse, as he seems to be assessing his frustrations at the more toxic elements of American society, while insisting that ghetto people got this. Mos Def most definitely slays it on this track, and I feel there is no mistake, because it seems to me that Ye produced this song with Mos in mind, as it seems to take some influence from his hefty guitar style of Mos Def's album New Danger. Now after this fire opening verse, Kanye returns with a full hook section for this song that features the Harlem Boys Choir, who had such a dramatic feel to this hook and framed the concept of his song perfectly, contributing to that up-and-coming in the business feeling that Kanye is trying to convey not only to the audience, but to the people who doubted him. After this hook, Kanye storms in with his full verse for this song, and for me it's one of the top 10 Kanye verses of all time, as he just spits pure bars that details all of the key elements and themes of his music, such as the struggles for success, the feelings of achieving success, and of the oppression and racial profiling of Black Americans, with, for example, the phenomenal bar, "Cuffed up and holds down, pimped up and hold down," that I just do not have the flow to do justice. Finally, we have the tight verse by Freeside, again a newly signed young MC, whose verse fits perfectly into this track, as his style and sound is a sonic contrast, certainly to Mos Def's style, but this is made into a smooth transition by Kanye's verse as it bridges the gap between these 2 MCs. Now, this is a truly timeless track here, put together by some really talented guys, and I've been waiting to discuss some of Yeezy's music since the time I created this channel, and I will be sure dropping an album review of one of his classic albums in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that by subscribing to Mason's Music Library, and whilst you're at it, please check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all linked in the description box below. Now, as always, I'm going to leave you guys with my recommended listening for this week's video, commencing with The Message by Nas, Auditorium by Mos Def featuring Slick Rick, and Drive Slow by Kanye West. Thank you all for joining me for this week's episode of Tangential Track Reviews, and I'll see you in the next one.